Am I the a-hole for walking outside in my robe? So, I-18 female have been sick for the past 2 days with a fever. 1 second I'm super hot, the next I'm not. Since my body temperature is all over the place, I've been mostly just wearing a robe around the house. This morning, I still wasn't feeling well, and I asked a friend of mine if they could get me some cold and flu medicine since I was out, and my parents were at work. They said sure. They were in a rush to get to school, so asked if I could meet them outside and just grab the medicine so they wouldn't have to stop their car. My friend arrived, and since I was just laying down recovering, I was only in my robe. I figured it'd be fine since it was mid-thigh length, and I was only going to be outside for a second. So I went outside, got the medicine, and my friend left. On my way back inside, my neighbor 50 female came outside and started yelling at me. She told me it was disgusting that I was dressed like that outside for all to see, and really started yelling at me. I felt like it wasn't a big deal, so I told her that I was outside for less than a minute, and this conversation was longer than the time I was actually outside for. She told me I was being disrespectful, and then told me to imagine if her husband or someone else was to see me dressed like that. Here's where I might be the a-hole. I told her that if I had to worry about her husband seeing me when I was still fully covered, then she's married to a creep and should have made some better choices on who to marry. She gasped loudly and kept yelling at me, so I eventually just said I wasn't feeling and went inside. Apparently, my neighbor ended up talking to my mum when she came back home, and she told her what happened. My mother says I was extremely rude and shouldn't have said those things, and I have to apologize. I don't think I was in the wrong since it was literally only for a minute, and my robe covered everything anyway. So, am I the a-hole